Welcome to the BMD, y'all. I'm Sean.
I'm V.
BMD means Better Marriage Daily, where we talk about loving each other in spite of each other. You know, tips to see, how to have a better marriage daily. Literally, to talk about having a better marriage daily. So, we're here, and today, Vanessa don't know what we're talking about.
I have no idea.
She has no idea, and this is what I want to talk about. We're gonna just jump right into it. Every couple needs to have a language, right? So our language is me trying to figure out what the hell she wants.
Pretty much.
Our language, that's our language. Me trying to figure out what the hell she wants. And I've been getting pretty good at it, but I came up with this topic the other day because she walked up to me and she says, wait, I'm trying to remember what it was. I written down. We're using our phones to record now, so I can't refer back to my phone. But it was something, and he said, "Hey, are you using that
Oh,
what was it?
It was, I believe it was your hat that was on the counter.
Yeah. Hey, are you using that hat again today?" And I was like,
Are you
"No."
going out again today?
Yeah. Are you going out again today? And I said, "No." She says, "Okay, well, cool. I'm gonna put it up."
Yeah.
And see, in our language, like I said, me figuring out what she means when she's talking. So she's basically saying, "Hey, this is sitting here and it's bothering me." It's on the counter and it's bothering me. So I'm going to move it because it's taking you too long to move it. And I don't mind putting it up because it's going to give me peace because I'm moving it.
Absolutely.
Because it's bothering me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And she does that. That's her way of not nagging me.
Yes. That's something new. I said,
look, explain.
That question was something that was new for me.
Yeah, you've been doing it a lot though. I don't know if you realize you were doing it.
No, I've been, yes. I understand that, yes. But in years past, I have not even I haven't been approaching it that way in the past.
Wait, explain to them how you usually approach it.
Like, hey, why did you put that?
See, it's still a question. It's still a question. It's still a question. So she's not
like,
really.
Why did you put that? Why do you have a hat on the counter? But it's the way in which I ask the question.
Right.
Yeah.
And see,
and the tone.
Early, the tone would have been real foul.
Yeah.
Why you got it?
Like, yeah.
And then I'm like,
Absolutely.
I'm having to use all my Jesus to be like responding kind. Mm-hmm. And then it went from why you gonna to, hey, what you got that? Why you got that hat on? And then I'm just like, and then it goes to, hey, you going out again?
Are you going out?
Are you going out again? And I'm like, no, why? Well, because you had that hat on the counter. If you wasn't going out, I was gonna put it up.
Put it up in the closet.
Look at here. I laughed my ass off.
It makes a difference.
It makes all the difference in the world.
It makes a difference.
Because now she checking me without checking me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I heard the check, but we have worked for 22 years on tone. Mm-hmm. And tone still is an issue in the household. Let me just say.
It is at times. Yes.
Tone's still an issue in the household. Yes. But we worked the tone and I just appreciated it. I don't remember what I was doing. I was doing something for us. And I remember that, that she was like, hey, you that hat, no, she said, are you going out again? And I was like, no. I said, why? She said, oh, cause that hat was on the counter and I was going to put it up if you ain't going out. So in that loaded statement right there, it was, hey, are you going out again? I mean, so what's going through your mind when you figuring out how you about to approach me on that? Cause
what's going on in my mind?
Yeah. Let us into the mind of V.
I'm thinking, first of all, you cannot ask that question in a crazy way with the tone that you've been used to asking questions with. So I was like, well, let me try this. And that's where that came from.
Right. But how long? So look, let's share with the people. So how long did you see that hat there? And how long did it take you to figure out by saying something? And you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, usually
how long
it's
did
like,
it take me?
usually it's like you see the hat, you holler.
Yeah. but I was trying to exercise patience because I was thinking, well, maybe he's going back out. And so I left it alone.
Because that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. You'd be
you're
like
good at going, you'll come home for a while, take care of business, and then you would leave again.
Yeah.
But it had been hours. So I'm like,
Had it been hours though?
It had been hours. Because at first I saw it and I'm like, oh, he must be going somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it was hours. And
It was hours.
And to me, it was it was like 3 hours too long. 4 hours too long. So I'm like, well, let me ask.
It wasn't 4 hours.
Let me ask him if he's going out again. Because if he is, then I understand that. I understand why it's still there. Mm-hmm. And it was chilly outside. So that's why I asked the question, because it was, a few hours. And
you go with them few hours again.
It was few hours, and I was just wanting to know.
Because and to get into it, I know some of y'all may be and this is not necessarily a male female role. This is just the anal retentive role. So whoever in the relationship is anal retentive and things need to be exactly in their place at all times, y'all gonna be relating to her more than me. And I'm the guy who's like, look, I'm clean, but I mean, I'm not gonna walk all the way to the back of the house to put something up when I'm going out again.
But you weren't.
Because you know what I'm saying, but in the past, what would happen is she would be like, "Why didn't you put that up? You been in the house how long? How long you been in the house?" And so that's and so then I gotta go. Well, I'm because what the first response generally wants to be. The first response is just to bite back the same kind of way, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't. I learned I would always have to just suppress it. But she's the type of person where if you go out and you come back in, she goes and puts it up when she comes back in.
I do. Most times. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it has a place. Closet.
But then you got to go back and go to the closet. It
doesn't matter. I think of it like this. Everything has a place. I put it in the place because there are some times where I'm intending to go back out and then the day just goes by and I don't. So I don't have to worry about going and putting it in its place. So I do it when I come home because sometimes I may not go back out. I intend to, but I don't.
And it's in its place.
God, man, and I know where to find it. I don't have to ask anybody where it is. I know where it is. It's in the closet.
Yeah, pick that mic up so they can hear you. Don't lean into it. Pick the whole thing up. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So that's my train of thought.
Yeah, I mean, I got you. I ain't mad. I'm not mad at it, and I never doubted it because at the end of the day, I'm like, look, if my spouse cannot be, dirtier than I am. Because I'm a clean person. I just may be tousled at times. You know what I'm saying? I like a clean house, but I don't mind a little tussle.
It's tussle. It's a tussle that does it for me.
So you don't like tussle, baby? You don't like tussle?
I can't stand it. Okay. I don't like tussle because let's talk about the bed.
Uh-huh. Oh, you want to talk about the bed?
Let's talk about the bed.
Okay.
Like,
talk about the bed.
I cannot come home to a bed that's not made.
Yeah.
Before we left to go on our trip this weekend, we got up at what? 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I made the bed before we left to go to the airport because I did not want to come back home.
You laughed so hard at me, she crying.
I know. I did not want to come back home to an unmade bed. I just didn't. That is just not the way I do things. I mean, I wanted the bed made.
Right. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I mean, y'all can comment, y'all can put in the comments, how y'all feel about that. And I know a lot of people who are like me who are tousled but clean but tousled. Doesn't mind a little tossle.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with it. I get it, but but see, and that's the other thing. So the communication has to be there, and the way you choose to communicate is important to the day-to-day activities in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Because this one right here is the communicate. Lord have mercy, the communication.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, you are right. Yeah.
Yeah, that communication, boy. Whew.
It's a challenge.
So to bring you back to the beginning. So as we said, she worked in corrections for 26 years. I've been on stage all my life. I'm an outgoing personality, type A, decisions, no problem, fluidity, be water. I'm good with that. Her personality is turtle, is very, very distinct, very in process and very detailed, and we don't want to move until we have all the details structured. You know what I'm saying? And she say structure like I ain't got structure, but
you do have structure.
Yeah, okay, I'm just saying
it's not like my structure, and that's okay.
Yeah, and we
compliment each other.
We at
because
the point
of it. That's right.
We're at the point now where, and that's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. And so we came into this relationship, and so it's weird because the traditional, basically, if you're gonna say traditional ways of being, you all the experts are talking about, the men don't want to really talk, and then they're not really talkative, and the woman wants to talk it, and she wants to, get it all out there or whatever, and we are totally opposites in that aspect, because I understood, and like I told y'all in the previous episode about the way I was raised, I want to talk about it because I understand. I understand through all my training and through everything in college and all the seminars and everything I've gone through is that the number one barrier for the number one cause for a misunderstanding and a breakup of a relationship is lack of communication or wrong communication, and so I've been very, very diligent, and to the point of just at times that we need to talk it out. Yeah. I don't care that you're mad. I want to talk it out. And in earlier, I used to be like, no, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. And see, because she grew up the way she grew up, her thing was, I'm going to get you up off me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I did not like being forced to talk. So if you force me, then I'm not responsible for what comes out because I haven't been able to process.
Oh, no, you're still responsible for it.
No, I'm telling you,
in your
previously
mind.
In my mind, I'm saying previously in my mind, okay, you're going to force me, then what comes out, I'm not responsible for. Because I haven't processed it yet, how I feel yet. Mm-hmm. So that was one thing that I've learned through the years, that I need to process things, especially if it's something really, really crucial and, life-changing, those kinds of things when we need to make, serious decisions and things like that. For me, I need to process things and really understand how I feel fully before I communicate it to you.
Right.
Yeah, and that would frustrate me because I would, pretty much say just anything just to get past it because I don't know how I feel and I'm being forced to say how I feel. Well, right now, all I feel is anger because you forced me to say stuff,
Yeah, Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, that is not the way to engage in proper communication. Just to get you up off me. Yeah. That's what we're doing here.
And you have to realize too is that I was conditioned for that.
At your job.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Which coming home and doing that wasn't right at all. But it was effective.
it definitely got me up off you, or it got me deeper because my skin is thick. I'm like, look, it's whatever. Look, we need to talk this out because this is not go. We are not gonna go to bed like this. Mm-hmm. And then you'd be like, well, what you want? What you want? What you want me to say? What you want me to say? I'll say whatever you want me to say if I can just go to sleep.
Yep.
I was like, really? Mm-hmm. Okay. You know.
When I woke up the next morning, though. I was totally different, because I was rested then. So now I have a lot to say. I'm rested. I pretty much know what I should have said last night, but I just was tired and I just wanted to go to bed. Yeah.
Yeah. So I learned back then that when I pushed, and I didn't, and like she said, like she didn't care. I didn't care either because I wanted to talk about it, and I was like, I was like, well, it's whatever. You say what you want to say. You say it, and then you're gonna be responsible for it, and we just gonna roll with that. And I, what I'm saying, it wasn't right either. We were both in the wrong section of the communication situation. Mm-hmm. And so I just started learning, to be more calm, and then we started doing this test, and then we'll offer that out to y'all at some point. But we started, we did this test. It took us a long time to get there. I was doing it, but I didn't know why I was doing it. And then after we took this test and started, I took these classes on communication. Then I realized why I was doing it and why it was effective. But basically, I just stopped. I stopped pushing because she was like, look, I don't know. And I was like, but you gotta know. You knew enough to say this. You were like, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I said, but I don't understand how you don't know. I don't understand how you don't know how you feel when you clearly feeling something right now. Tell me what that is that you feel, because you say you can't feel. You feeling right now. I'm not feeling. Okay.
And I wasn't.
You was feeling something, but you.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You
like
feeling
I
something.
Said, I wasn't able to process, to really understand what my feelings were deep inside.
Yeah. Deep inside. Deep. Yeah. So, so we started figuring that out. And then it came to the point where she was like, look, if you ask me, I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling right then. And that ain't necessarily what you want.
Right. It's true.
That ain't necessarily what you want. And I was like, but why does it take you so long? And so now we're giving y'all the Cliff Notes version. This happened over like about 5 or 6 years because she was like, you don't want me to tell you right then because I'm just going to tell you something and I ain't going to be responsible for what I tell you. And I said, well, no, you're going to be responsible for what you tell me. But I want to know. Okay, well, I'll do that. So what I would do is I'd be like, hey, baby, look, we need to talk about this. Now think about it and let me know, right? So I would do that and leave her of her own recognizance.
That wasn't necessarily a great thing either.
Why?
Yeah, because it would take me too long to come back around to discuss what it was I was supposed to be thinking about.
Tell the truth.
It's true.
You would forget.
I would.
Like,
I would think about it.
You wouldn't no more thinking about that.
Look, I would think about it and process it and
move on.
And then move on, especially if it wasn't something that I knew you would not like. Especially those times.
See, that's manipulative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I asked you to think about it, you think about it.
I did.
And then you think about it, and in your situation, you think about it, and you go, oh, he's not going to like this. Okay, cool. I'm just going to act like I forgot.
Maybe he won't broach the subject.
Right. And so here I am, I let it go, and I'm trying to be, because she and my sister told me that I'm a pusher.
Right.
So I'm a pusher. Whenever I find something that's really cool, I want everybody to experience that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'll be like, hey, if you talk about, man, you need to figure. And she's like, you're a pusher. And They were like, we don't want to be pushed. I was like, well, y'all gonna get pushed because, I'm a pusher. Since y'all said that's what I am, I'm a pusher. So I'm gonna push. That's what I do. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was always pushing for the conversation. And then when she told me that, I was like, okay. So then I'd ask, and then time would pass by. And in some of these conversations, y'all, we talking about a month or two. One conversation where I woke up in the middle of the night, like in the draw of the night, I woke up. I said, she ain't never gave me my, in the morning. In the morning. And then, and what's up with this? The non-communicators, what is up with this this time thing? In the evening ain't the good time. In the morning ain't the good time. When is the good time?
It just depends. It depends on what's going on. Well, I know definitely for me personally,
yeah,
night times when I'm trying to wind down, and especially when I was working, that was not a great time to talk about anything serious because I was so exhausted and I only had a few hours to sleep that was like, ooh, that was the worst times for me. You know, it just was because I wasn't thinking clearly.
Yeah.
As soon as, it started to get dark, like today. Today.
You see what I was dealing with, right?
As soon as it started to get dark, my body was shutting down, and sometimes before that, even before that, because I was up at 3:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So by 7 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock at night,
you done.
I was done. Toasted, And so now it's a little bit better, but I'm still not that girl.
Yeah.
For serious conversation, for drama, wherever, wherever it comes from. Yeah. I am not good at night.
Now let's qualify that. Let's quantify that. So she said she is not good, right? She's not good whenever I bring up the topic. But let her start talking about something at 10 o'clock at night. And she won't talk about it.
But you're always up.
See, it's just no but. It either
is
or it ain't.
You are a night owl.
I am.
You are. You do your best work at night.
But look, you just said, you just said when at night I'm still not that good. But
I am not.
But if you bring it up at night, you bubbly like a mug. You want to talk about it? That was
it happened
today,
rare. Yeah.
Today is the same way. If it come on your head at night, you like, hey, I was thinking, and then an hour and a half, 2 hours later, we still talking. I'm like, what if I wanted to be?
No, because you're up. You're up. You're up all times of the night. What
if I wanted
to? On the phone, texting, looking at television. You are always good. You do your best work, whether it's personal or professional, at night. You're always
I do my best work whenever I work.
Your best work.
It's just that I'm able to do the same amount of quality, at night.
Well, you're a great creator at night.
Okay. Y'all hear that, huh? I'm a great creator at night. Hey, grown folk. Hey, keep it hot. So so I learned how to do that, and then I started calling her, and I was like, hey. So then I realized, and now we fast forward a few more years. Then I realized I need to put a time limit on it. So I said, hey, I want to talk about this, and tomorrow. And she was like, I said, tomorrow. We need to talk about it tomorrow. Otherwise, we can talk about it right now. Oh, no, I don't want to talk about it right now. Okay, cool. Then tomorrow. When you get back home, I'm going to give you a couple hours after you get back home because I got a small window. And then we're going to talk. Yeah. And, and then that started working.
It works.
That was working for us, And
it depends on the subject and how important it is.
Absolutely.
As well. Because there are times where you'll say, well, I was thinking about this and I'm going to give you, a couple of weeks. Just think about it and I'll come back to you. But those other things, if you want to talk like tomorrow, you need to tell me. Yeah. Like tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, so at first I would just tell her talk it tomorrow, and that was still a thing because she didn't really process that well and that fast. So I was getting my conversation, but then she would give me the get up off me line at some point eventually, and then I was like, okay, well I'm gonna give you a week, and then she said 2 weeks. I mean, I never wanted to give her 2 weeks, but if it was something deep or heavy, I would give her 2 weeks because I knew she was trying to figure it out, trying to work through it. And so, so then it got to the point to where we are now, where I'll be like, hey, I want to talk about this, let's go. And then she'd think about it for a little while, and then we talk about it the next day. It's 24 hours. Next day we talking about it, because you don't need that long to think about it. You don't.
Depending on what it is.
No, because again, here, see, this y'all getting the real. I think that after 24 hours, you will have thought about most scenarios, and now we can come together and flesh that thing out in real time. And then if we come to another snag, then we can that snag, we can give that 24 hours and then come back, and then hit it again the next day. But for the most part, she's the one that needs to have the time. So ladies or fellas, whichever one of y'all is the talker and whichever one of y'all is the deep thinker, the deep thinker that doesn't like to talk too much until they're ready to talk, then the person who is ready to talk at any moment and can have all their feelings and thoughts in a row and flow with it, you're going to have to acquiesce to the person who's slower, the person who takes more time.
Yes.
And you can't be frustrated by that, because that's just how they process.
Right.
And so then fast forward to 2018. So that was 5 years ago. Fast forward to 5 years ago, whenever I got ETA certified, and we were doing all kind of stuff, and there was a personality assessment that we took. And then when we took that assessment, then she realized that. Tell them what you realized. I don't talk for you.
I realized that there was nothing wrong with me. Number one, because I had gone. There were a lot of days where I was so frustrated because I didn't move like him. I didn't move like you. I didn't process things like you. I did years. So I was frustrated a lot.
And I tell him, what did I always say? I always told you that was okay. You don't have to be like me.
No. Yeah, you did. Yeah. You would tell me that all the time, but that was I was dealing with it. I had to deal with that. And so what this assessment did for me, it allowed me to be me. Just simple things like I would be frustrated, like, he's a people person. He loves people. He loves going out. I love people, but there's a limit on it. my peopling's, barometer, I guess that's what you would call it.
Yeah.
It shuts down. There's an amount of time that I am great.
Your people in quotient. You have a people in quotient.
I'm good. I'm having a great time. We're out with family, friends, or we go out together, whatever. And there comes a point where I am like, it's like something just snaps in my brain and I'm ready to go.
Done. You went from woo to where's the door?
Yeah, where's the door? I'm looking for the door, and I'm ready to go. And so the assessment told me everything that I needed to know about myself, and it gave me peace. It gave me freedom, and it just let me know that there was nothing wrong with me. You're just different, and you don't need to be him.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be him. And so, man, that did a lot for me.
Yeah,
personally, it did. It was like I was like, I could breathe, because I kept trying to figure out, like, what's wrong with me? Why am I like this? And the assessment man.
And not only was
it saved me.
Not only was it what's wrong with me, you were like, and what's wrong with you?
Yeah. That too.
How come you can't sit down?
Yeah, why can't you be still?
Why you always gotta be going?
Yeah, going. I mean,
why you gotta go and shut the party down?
Shut it down. I'm not.
Why you can't just go to the party and be quiet in the corner somewhere?
No. I never want you to do that.
Okay,
no, never.
Because you know me and you love me.
Oh no, never.
Yeah.
No, but I'm a people watcher. I love watching people, so I don't have to be out in the middle of the party or be I like just kicking back and watching people.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, when something just goes off in my head, I'm ready to go. I'm looking for an exit. I'm looking for an exit, whether it's family, strangers, and especially strangers.
Yeah.
But family as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So she figured out that the way she processes is okay. Then she also figured out that the way I process is the way I process, and that she doesn't have to be like me. But also she can't now charge me for not processing the way she charges.
Right. And vice versa.
Yeah. And so it just freed us up to be able to be who we are. So
much freedom.
Right. And so, whenever I'm wanting to move, I'm like, hey. She's like, yeah, I understand. But I also understand that, that there's a hard stop. And so for family functions that are local, yeah. She drives her own car. Mm-hmm. She goes on her own. Because when she ready to go, and she rolls. And whenever we roll out and she comes with me to like a networking function or anything like that, I understand that I'm only going to have her with me in the crowd, working the crowd, being around people for so long before she finds a spot ducked off in the back to go and just sit there. And the thing is, that used to piss me off. I'm like, man, I could have came here by myself. And I'm sitting up here by myself now. Right? I came here with you, baby. I want to spend. And then she's like, but I'm okay, baby. And I'm like, nah.
I am good.
And so we just like, bang. And listen, y'all, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm up here tripping because she ain't with me. She up there tripping because I want to stay. And then we got to the point to where we understand that. So now we in a party, we kicking it. Everything is cool. If it's not like around a table, if it's just like a moving around situation. Like the other night, I went to this Grammy function, and I could tell she didn't really want to be there because she said she didn't really want to be there. But I asked her to ride with me because I needed to go to Houston that night and then New Orleans the next day. And then then her next question was, what you gonna be doing at these two cities? Mm-hmm. So I said, well, this is a networking party. This is a Christmas party, and I'll be networking and I'll be seeing people. And then tomorrow I need to review my mixes. I need to review my mixes, do a photo shoot, and go to another networking event, mixer. And she said, that's all day. I go with you to Houston. Because I needed her, I wanted her to drive, because what happened before is I would just drive myself, and then she up here worried about me, and I'm like, well, if you ain't gonna sleep, you might as well be with me and not sleep. And give me some kind of rest.
I see your point.
And give me some kind of rest while I'm that when I'm not doing all that driving, and so we were there for a good 20 minutes maybe, and and that's including walking from the car up the stairs into the venue. Good 20 minutes total from the car till I could see on her face, and because we're talking to somebody, and like, this is our little circle, and she's right here, and I'm irritated. I'm like, because I'm talking and I'm feeling like I'm ignoring her, and I'm like, why are you standing back there? She's like, I'm just back here. And the guy that I'm talking about, his wife is right there.
Everything you're saying.
And his wife is looking, and she's kind of feeling uncomfortable, and he's kind of feeling uncomfortable, and I'm feeling uncomfortable, and she's just over there like, comfortable as all I
sure was.
But the thing is, she had already reached a point because she didn't want to be there where she was looking for a seat.
I was scanning the place.
And here's how long we've been together. I knew where the seat was off top, but I was looking the whole time to wait for that seat to become open. And whenever the seat became open, I said, y'all, excuse me real quick. I said, hey, see over there? It's over there. It's over there. And then she went over there and sat. And got on the phone, and people watched and was
everyone
looking.
Coming in.
Yeah, it was a corner. She could she was in hog heaven.
I was in hog heaven.
Yeah,
and I could see. There were times where I could see you. I could see everybody.
Yeah,
from where I was sitting. So I enjoyed that.
Yeah, and I would go back and check because that's how I do. Yeah. I go back on and check. I want to say a big shout out to Courtney B. Vance, because Courtney, me and V been kicking it for a long time. And when I'm at a place, I know, first of all, I know she can take care of herself, and I ain't worried about that part. But we were at an event, and we were hanging, and he was like, hey, he's being my wingman. I was like, man, Courtney B. Vance is being my wingman. He's like, and I'm like, what? I said, she all right? He said, Okay, look, and I say his whole name. Okay, Courtney B. Vance. And I understood him to say, this is not where you from.
Right.
You need to go check. And so, and also he's been married longer than me. And so I took that key as to, I don't do that anymore. I don't just go and let her sit and be in herself, be with herself. I go back periodically and check. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Courtney B. Vance. And I say your full name respectfully, Courtney B. Vance. Yeah, so I go back and check now. When usually it'll be
and that's
30,
why I'm
40.
not worried. When I go have a seat and I'm people watching, I know that you're going to come back, and just ask me, baby, you okay? You need this,
need something?
Need that, need something. Yep. I'm good. I mean, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I understand that at times you want me to be like with you and on the side of you.
Yeah.
But I'm like, then on the other side of that, there are people who wish their significant other wasn't like under them like every moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, I'm good.
Well, no, I'm that guy. I don't want you up under me all 24/7.
Okay.
But when we out, we doing this. I mean, there might be something that a conversation you could contribute to or something like,
Well, come get me. Well, come get me, baby. You need to hear this because you've done that.
I have.
Yeah, baby, you need to hear this, and then I'm up. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's a good place to go and on stop for the day. Y'all look, so the takeaways from today is communication is key. And whenever there's two different communication styles, the person who is the more communicative of the two needs to acquiesce as in give in to the person who's less communicative. Because if you don't, what's going to end up happening is it's going to be this big fight thing that goes on, and you're going to end up not communicating because you don't want the drama, and then things aren't going to be said and communicated and fixed, and then that's just going to be a thing that's going to fester and grow until it's going to blow up. Because one thing is absolutely certain: you will talk about it. Mm-hmm. It's just in what tone are you going to talk about it?
Yeah.
If you wait and wait and wait, then when it comes out, y'all are not going to resolve anything because that thing is going to be loud and it's going to be, some get up off me and some get back at you and some, you know what I'm saying? And so the key is to figure out that person's time.
Right.
And the person that needs time, understand that you can't take that much time.
Right.
So 24 hours is the rule. For the least communicative one, you got 24 hours to figure out how you feel about it and be able to have an intelligent, deep, meaningful, significant conversation about that situation.
And I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I'm in hog heaven now because we can talk about it. And I know I just say, hey, we're going to talk about this. And then next day we talk about it. Yeah. And it's good. And if there's something else, that's why I said it's just 24 hours because if something else comes up, then she's going to say, I wasn't ready for that.
I wasn't ready for that.
I'm going to need to think about that. Mm-hmm. And to which I go, really, bro? But we talking about it now.
Sorry.
Yeah. And so then we do that. So the biggest takeaway is figure out which one you are. And then y'all figure out what works for y'all. Because, 24 hours is what works for me. Some of y'all, you might be able to do with 12. Some of y'all might need 36. I mean, I don't know. But 24 hours is a good, safe thing. You can start it. And then if you realize you need more time, then you just need more time.
Right.
So till next time, I'm Sean.
And I'm V.
And this is Better Marriage Daily, where we teach you how, well, no, we're not teach you, where we show you how to love each other in spite of each other and work on getting a better marriage daily. Because, of course, there's no perfect marriage because there's two people in it and people ain't perfect. And once y'all come together, y'all are imperfect perfection. An imperfect piece of art. You know what I'm saying? So until next time, we'll see y'all.